PS3 users, we bet you weren't ready for this, because it's almost the end of an era. Hey GadInsiders, welcome to your hub of the latest tech news. Netflix is officially pulling the plug on its long-running PlayStation 3 app, leaving millions of gamers and binge watchers saying goodbye to a feature that's been with them for nearly 2 decades. Loyal PS3 users woke up to the notice saying, unfortunately, Netflix will no longer be available on this device after March 2nd, 2026. Visit netflix.com/supported devices to see a list of supported devices. And that's right, after years of delivering ad-free streaming on classic CRTs and glorious 4x3, the PS3 version of Netflix is about to become history. The news has hit fans hard. On Reddit, one user said, "I just mentioned Netflix for the PS3 earlier today. This is tragic." Another said, "They dropped V and even 3DS and Wii U support sooner. Cool it lasted this long on a 2006 console." While PS4 and PS4 Pro owners can breathe easy knowing Netflix will continue on newer consoles, PS3 users are scrambling for alternatives. Some suggested Universal Media Server, a handy tool for streaming media legally directly on an old console. Netflix is taking part in the trend of retiring support for older devices, but for the PlayStation 3, the one who literally merged gaming and home entertainment, this feels like the end of something truly iconic. So the PS3 fans who've binged shows for years on the console, March 2nd, 2026 is your deadline. After 17 years, Netflix is finally leaving PlayStation 3, leaving behind memories of simpler streaming times and a console that refused to quit. So turn on the countdown now and enjoy the last few days you have with the service. For more updates like these, subscribe to GadInsider, like and share the video, and don't forget to press the bell icon so you never miss any update. The PS5 Pro was long awaited. When it was announced, however, it caused a furor instead of cries of joy, as the price of the new console was too high for many. Nevertheless, Sony has basically delivered exactly what was expected, a sensible upgrade for the PlayStation 5, because the Pro model can finally do what the normal PS5 should be able to do, like next-gen graphics, now more like current-gen, stable and high frame rates, 4K gaming, and real ray tracing. What exactly do you get with the PlayStation 5 Pro? Does Sony keep all its promises? And for whom is the console actually worthwhile? We've tested the PS5 Pro and are convinced. There is currently no better gaming package, at least not as a console. On paper, Sony delivers a sensible improvement for the PS5 Pro. Not much has changed in terms of CPU performance, as Sony still uses an AMD Zen 2 processor with 8 cores. However, the graphics performance increases notably, which according to Sony gives the console 45% more power. The larger storage space is also exciting because what console fans always want is more space for games, especially with titles that can take up to several hundred GB of space, so this is worth its weight in gold. In terms of RAM, the PS5 Pro gets a small bonus in the form of 2 GB of DDR5 memory, which is primarily reserved for the system itself. This means the games can access the full 16 GB of DDR6 without limitation. In addition, the PS5 Pro has the same SSD slot as the normal PlayStation 5, so anyone switching from the old version to the new model can simply move their data over with them. It's a shame, however, that the PS5 Pro isn't compatible with the existing PS5 Slim covers, so if you want to personalize your console, you'll have to wait for new models. As mentioned in the beginning, the fact that the PS5 Pro is supplied without a drive or stand caused a lot of displeasure. This is despite the fact that the PS5 Digital was already a console without a drive, which didn't cause an outcry at the time. This shows that the PS5 Pro has a different target group, the discerning gamer with a flexible budget. The extra $100 or so for the external drive might be a good idea if you want to save money in the long term, especially when buying used or discounted games. Alternatively, there's always PlayStation's PS Plus subscription. Unfortunately, the external drive is currently not available anywhere, although Sony has ensured that the PS5 Pro itself is readily available. It's failed to do so. The stand for the console is also not available even 2 weeks after release. However, you can at least fall back on other suppliers, but there's no other disk drive that's compatible with the console. In our opinion, Sony has created an artificial shortage that could have been avoided. The PS5 Pro would have definitely have a better overall package with the drive. However, we can't understand the problem with the lack of a stand, as the console is better placed horizontally anyway, for which small feet are also supplied. But what can the console actually do once it's up and running? Quite a lot. Sony promises that gamers will no longer have to choose between better graphics and better performance. This is because the PlayStation 5 Pro doesn't deliver graphics cracks like Horizon, The Last of Us, or Final Fantasy VII, which have to make do with a timid 30 frames per second, but instead achieve at least 60 frames per second. But what Sony isn't telling you is that you can still choose between two different modes. For some games, however, these are no longer called performance or graphics, but have new names. Other games, such as Hogwarts Legacy, retain the old modes, so you can still choose whether you prefer higher FPS or better visuals. Some titles also offer a versatility mode that allows you to combine the two. So what exactly does this do? Basically, you can experience PS5 games with better graphics and stable frames per second. The console also delivers this, as we quickly realized in our test. In performance mode, both elaborately rendered cutscenes and action-packed battles run smoothly and without stuttering. The new graphics mode, on the other hand, delivers more details and aims for a constant 60 frames per second. PSSR, Sony's version of AMD's AI upscaling technology, is also used to upscale low-resolution images. The additional image enhancer, which ensures a sharper image display for PS4 titles, is also a plus point without having to compromise on performance. However, PSSR in particular can also cause problems with some games and flicker unattractively, while the image enhancer occasionally produces blurred images. Optimization is still required here. Some improvements can only be seen in direct comparison, which of course doesn't happen often in everyday life. However, if you want to experience PS5 games with the best graphics on a console, there's no way around the PS5 Pro, especially as gaming in 30 frames per second is no longer up to date. There are also two other advantages. The PlayStation 5 Pro runs super quietly, so you hardly notice it even when playing performance-intensive games. It also barely gets warm, which is mainly due to Sony's improved cooling system. It remains to be seen how this will develop in the long term, but our initial impression is very positive. Hey PlayStation fans! A PlayStation 6 release date leak just dropped, and PS5 gamers are not happy. Is Sony moving on too soon? Welcome to GadInsider, your hub for the hottest gaming news. Let's dive into this PS6 drama. YouTube's Moore's Law is Dead leaked a fall 2027 or early 2028 launch for the PS6, sparking backlash from PS5 owners who feel shortchanged. With promises of backwards compatibility and triple the graphics power, is this too good to be true? Keep watching. The leak claims the PS6 could hit shelves in fall 2027 or early 2028, boasting full backwards compatibility with PS4 and PS5 games and 3 times the graphical performance of the PS5. Sony's confirmed they're working on the PS6, but no official announcement is expected for at least a year or two. Take this leak with a grain of salt, but it's got fans buzzing. PS5 gamers are venting on X, feeling the console, now nearly 5 years old, lacks enough standout exclusives. One fan posted, "We didn't get enough good games on PS5 and PS6 is already coming?" While another mocked, "Backwards compatible with PS4 and PS5, all we had was remasters." A third joked about buying GTA 6 Enhanced Edition on PS6. Fans love titles like Astrobot and Spider-Man 2, but they say exclusives have dwindled compared to past generations. This leak has PS5 owners worried that Sony's rushing to the next console without delivering enough bangers. If true, the PS6's backwards compatibility and graphics boost could redeem Sony, but fans want more PS5 exclusives first. Could this spark a bigger push for PS5 games before 2027? The gaming world's already watching. The PS6 is coming, but will it live up to the hype or leave PS5 fans hanging? Keep an eye on Sony for official news. Are you mad about the PS5's game lineup or hyped for PS6's power? Drop it below. That's the scoop on the PlayStation 6 release leak and PS5 fan backlash. Are you team PS5 or ready for PS6? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We read every single one. If you love this news, smash that like button, subscribe to GadInsider, and hit the bell icon for more gaming updates.